Total mobility, he can't.
King himself, SoLo! Y en el otro lado, el único jugador de la GPL que ha jugado 2 All-Stars, QTB.
A little bit faster. And whoever lands the Q, because people, they'll both stand in the minion wave.
Yeah. If your ability to juke then, is it worth it? Maybe not.
That's true. That's actually, see, these things are just so hard. You have to think of all of them beforehand. Because if you get on the Rift, everything has to go out the window, and you have to kind of rely on your practice. And if you haven't practiced enough, then it could be an issue. But I do think that QTB, and SoAS, both very practiced. We were talking about how in Vietnam they take their 1v1s very seriously, especially in the GPL.
Yeah, definitely see if there's any contrast here. SoAS is running 80 attack speed, armor, and just some health. So a pretty standard page, honestly, with Thunderlords. Just gonna look up what his opponent is running. We're missing quite a few Qs right now. There's magic resistant QTB.
Yeah, because E does magic damage.
But like 4 flat MR.
It could be the difference. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it before.
All right, they're both running a little bit of attack speed, definitely.
It depends on what their style is, because some people actually max E first, because it'll shove the wave, and it will also deal damage to the opponent. So if you have magic resistance and they don't, it is the difference.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen W maxes as well for kind of a sustained tanky synth.
Yeah, it's the difference there. SoAS started Q, QTV started E.
SoAS connects, so that's good. In a minion wave, that's rough, though. QTV should always answer with immediate auto attack right there.
Yeah.
It's really important that you do not cancel any single auto attack animations. So it's going to put you behind in trades.
I was looking at fun facts for QTV. He's actually 28 years old, and he turns 29 in March. So,
ooh, SoAS bullied a guy playing a Lee Sin mechanic heavy matchup, and this guy is 28. That's just mean, Paul. Good size up.
it's just being toxic, you know? And QTV levels up, gets the Q and the exhaust.
Good counter exhaust from SoAS right before the proc.
SoAS has his Q up first. Oh,
that's big.
28, baby. Still got it.
I mean, maybe he's juking it because SoAS.
Oh, he's got Q back up. He got him.
Oh, he got him.
He got him.
SoAS, it's over. Oh, QTV.
It takes down the 1v1 king from earlier.
Look at him. He's happy.
Oh. Hey, man, 28 years old. Don't give up on your dreams like Crepo. Everybody else out there. You are old enough to go pro.
I need a new excuse. What will I do now? Maybe I was bad all the time. Maybe it wasn't aged.
It's okay. I've been worse the whole time. So we can be miserable together.
But
fine.
it's better not to try and then not fail. And actually try and fail. QTV here. Final trade.
Yeah.
That's a really good Q. And then SoAS, yeah, his Q wasn't cooldown. You can't play that bold.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to count the cooldowns here. And that's what happened. What QTV did is when you saw him go aggro right before that replay, he walked up to the left and then he started walking back because he was like, -4 seconds. That means SoAS is up.
So I don't think Bengi has done his full research, or maybe just playing a different style, but we have seen Snowball Tom Kench all in, because you want to get into close proximity. Angling the Q is going to be very obvious. Like, Cinder will always be hiding the minions, and I guess that's where you're looking to punish.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to be hiding behind minions here, because Bengi did take the snowball last second, loaded it a little bit late there on the overlay, but that's exactly what he needs. And it is going to be a little bit more AP focused here from Maple, so Bengi got some magic resist.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Maple. This is actually Maple right here. He's running like the standard, just early.
No armor.
He's got 80
ooh,
red.
ooh.
Oh, he's fighting already. Yeah, don't face take a Tom Kench. That's not going to end up too well. So Maple is running some magic resistance on his glyphs. He has 80 reds though for physical harass and basically helping him last hit. So even though you want for all-ins, you want to want either magic pen, maybe hybrid pen at the worst. Probably not anymore since the quality changed. But you definitely you value having the comfort knowing that you can last it just a little bit better, especially with the annoying turrets if you run some 80 reds.
What's he have masteries-wise?
Let me check real quick. He is running Thunderlords as expected on the Syndra.
Okay. 1 point meditation, 2 points in vampirism. So
Yeah. Green Fighter's Gift is actually pretty good as well, so it does reward you for playing in the brushes if you're playing like these Thunderlords champions. Because nobody wants to run Bandit. And then there's a pretty weird page here on the side of Bank. He has everything. He has like 5 AP, 72 to health, so magic resistance, attack speed, and magic pen. He really is like jack of all trades, master of none. But let's look into the actual gameplay. We see Maple always hiding behind the creeps and just Q trading.
Ugh, Bengi's just taking so much damage. He's going through those flash charges right now. Trying to
And
get
he's
towards
not
that
getting any
level 2.
poke in to really use the corrupting part of the
He
corrupting
needs,
potion.
it's like he needs to back up. Maple's about to hit level 2.
And Maple playing obviously for a poke-oriented style where he keeps hiding in the creeps. He doesn't need to skill E early because in Summoner's Rift you skill E sometimes early because you're afraid to get ganked level 2, and it's a really good tool against ganks. But obviously if you can hide in your minions, just do QW.
Makes him miss that one too.
That's a good trading pattern. You always slow him with the W, guaranteeing your Q can hit. Ideally you lost it creeps or you poke creeps with the Q, but he always has the push going so he can just lost it with his auto attacks and save Q for a harass. Remember, if you auto attack an enemy champion, you draw minion aggro. Basically, that'll punish you even if you're next to the cannon. But if you use spells, it will never draw minion aggro.
That was actually something that I'm embarrassed to admit I had learned a lot later than I should have, because I was a jungler, and when I started playing top lane, I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of players make that mistake, especially in the mid lane when they're playing very spell reliant champions, like maybe an Ahri. They do a full combo, and then they go in for the last auto attack, and that last auto attack triggers like 6 minions to attack them, and they just lose the trade on the backhand.
Yeah.
So you have to be very aware of what you want to do with minion aggro.
I think I learned it when I played top lane and I played against a streamer and I watched it back and he's like, he won that trade with the Rise because he rune prisoned me, but because he autoed me, he lost it. It's like if he just cast spells, he would have won that trade.
Yeah, definitely. So
anyway,
so auto attacking Tonken really isn't going to give you too much.
He's getting through Bengi's mana though, and his HP. Bengi's trying to get control of the relic here. That's really good. Bengi, he actually walked on the relic at 215 on his side. He knows that his is going to be back up at 330. So he's just doing this, pushing the wave. He doesn't mind how much damage he's taking here, as long as he doesn't die.
And there's all in going from Maple. Ignite goes down. Bengi still has the thick skin, pops the great health. Ignite ticks out, but he has the base right now, and that gives Maple control of the lane.
Yep, control of the relic as well. So Maple will be able to actually push this out, spend spells, no problem, and then get a good back timing.
Yeah, we're looking at a 10 CS advantage if he gets everything here. One more creep, one more Q. The cannon, he can pick that up and throw that away, so he can definitely go back to base with quite a bit more gold.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what Bengi's angle is here now, because he purchased a Doran's Ring, sold it, went for the shield, and then went for the Fairy Charm as well.
Maybe he sees that Maple is doing quite a few auto attacks in between. He wants to negate that with the Doran shield. I think he just wants some mana regen, so he can maybe win a sustain war against Maple.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that because mono was being a problem for him. So kind of went between the Doran's Ring and that. Wonder what he's going to build, though, eventually.
But we know Bengi thrives under pressure. Like, they swap him in the end of a best of 5, just when the World Championship is on the line. He went down to 3 HP.
Very, very underrated ability to perform under pressure. Because there are a lot of people, like, I'm going to use Reignover as an example here, 89% win rate during the regular season, but in playoffs, we always see like a little bit of a different Reignover every now and then.
Yeah. Bengi right now looking to push in that wave, just get the reset. Forcing Sinnoh to CS on the tower is probably like the only way to guarantee that she maybe loses some CS, because otherwise it's so easy for her to CS. But probably WQ combo right now is strong enough to clear out the entire back wave, which means Maple's just going to sit on that 6 CS advantage right now.
What is Bengi going to do about this? Level 6 doesn't help him.
I mean, he gets some stats, no, from his ulti. Tanky stats, to kind of negate the all-in. Going for the zone, but look at how little this is doing. This is great. Sidesteps W, forces point blank E, which means Maple is being gated in the mana department, which means Bengi can actually start playing up more and more, and now use that zone to deny CS here. Cannon creep denied. So that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to get back in time for his cannon. It goes in with the snowball.
Needs another. Almost got that other hit on him.
Maple's out of mana.
Yeah, he can't actually cast the ultimate.
And the wave is frozen, so Bengi obviously gonna regen. If he get 2 shrines, he actually doesn't cast the base, because these guys based on 33 PS.
Oh,
Good cancel. Maple only had 10 creeps since his last base, so with this like freeze that Bengi has put in motion, he's actually controlling the wave right now, and he may very well win on a CS victory.
yeah, this is a very high level game right here, because it's so hard to get control of the wave again once you get a disadvantage. But the fact that Bengi's managed to do it with his champion slingshotting back, that's really cool.
Now just push in and reset anyways, because he wants to back. Definitely will have a bit more gold. There's a couple components for Maple, but Maple's style will probably have to shift into an all-in oriented style.
Well, if you play a sustained war against this Tahm Kench that now has health regen and mana regen, I don't really see you winning. Especially since it costs you so
Maple, wrong order.
much.
Misses with his E and then sweeps.
Yeah. Oh, Banky can actually get... He leveled his ultimate. You can get back faster with your ultimate if you want to use it. I wonder how he'll actually use it if he is ever going to.
I mean, he could do it from Brush, honestly. Get behind the Syndra. It's another gap closing tool. It's all about proximity. Definitely also doesn't need to rush because the wave was fast pushed by Maple here for the reset. Gobbles that one out to prevent the reset as well. Wants to fire that on the range creeps as he gets the cannon last hit, maybe.
Different. That's the thing.
He's not used to it.
It takes one hit. Usually it takes two, but it takes one turret shot, one auto on ranged, and then on the melees, it takes one turret shot and 2 auto attacks from you. If it takes 2 turret shots, it dies.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Because it's borderline 50% damage on the melees here. Again, Banky going for zone. He wants to deny some CS from Maple. Threaten him to go for the relic.
Pick it up, pick it up.
It's nice to defuse, that's good. Just get rid of the mana, that's what he's looking for right now.
Damaging his mana pool, forcing him to pick it up. Staying in the bush as well to make sure that he doesn't take minion aggro.
Lost chapter finish though on Maple, that's really important.
And, yeah, exactly. So when he levels up, he'll end up getting a little bit more. Great job. Pengy with the snowball to the left as well.
Yeah, he got a little flustered here. Good ignite, Maple. Really controlling
if
this.
He gets a Q, if he gets a Q.
Going close. Gobble, gobble.
Oh!
It's over.
That snowball to the left. Exactly. And if you lose against Faker, nobody's going to hold that against you, right? And that's actually a big problem with being the #1 is you have nobody to really chase anymore. And Faker, though, up against Mata, this is really interesting because why would it be Yasuo? Mata,
it's like,
Mata Yasuo.
It's the ultimate skill champion, though, in Korea. It's regarded as... I mean, it's a champion nobody wants on his team because he goes 2-10. But then when he's on the opposing team, he's obviously 20-0. But it's an incredibly high skill champion and also just really fun to watch.
I love Yasuo so much. The tiny things in his mechanics, the Q into the E into the auto, the Q, stuff like that. It's really cool. And then there's a lot of great tricks too where you can like spin on a minion before R'ing.
Yeah, Mata's running 1% crit. He's going for it.
That's actually a very common Korean page. I'll look at a lot of Peanuts pages. They'll have them. And you're like, wait, you might crit the jungle creep. What?
That's actually happened to me once. Actually, it happened in the OGN finals.
Is that why you lost?
We lost for many more reasons than that, but that was actually
1% crit. Let's hold it. That's the story I'm gonna tell.
I stole a red buff because my jungler crit right before the last auto attack. That's what happened on a live game, and then we tilted a tiny bit.
So who'd you give the red buff over to?
I was Soraka. Like he had red buff Soraka. And anyways, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Old story. Faker versus Mata. Faker is not running the 1% crit, so RNG gods have to be with Mata for once.
So this is the matchup that I will usually play on the 1v1 map. I'll just play Yasuo every time that I can, because otherwise I can only feed 1 kill. You can't go to 0-8. It prevents me from doing that. But every time you miss a Q, it's actually a big deal in this matchup.
Yeah, it's about lining up the Qs to hit both minions and honestly the enemy Yasuo. Mata got pressured first because he really didn't feel comfortable trading against Faker. Faker standing on the outside of turret range here, so every time Mata walks up, he can at least get a Q in the face. He wants to stack it up. It's a very micro-heavy matchup where you really want to click really right next to your champion. Faker's still level 1.
Oh, Faker might be done.
He has to get out. That was a really good trade by Mata.
Got him again!
Tower shot. Ignite.
One more. God! Mata takes down Faker. And he takes over the Spanish crowd.
I'm trying to break this down. It all goes back to the Q that Faker used after the first wave. The crowd is in love with this.
Faker again. Mirror match. The opponent's terms goes down. Team Ice. I mean,
yeah, Faker used the Q when he turned around into the thin air, and Mata just rushed for that first minion, got level 2, and then went so aggressive on Faker that Faker never got access to that dying creep. Borderline level 2 right there. Obviously, it's the 7th creep that levels you up, so the first melee minion of the second wave. Faker should have been there quicker because he had the push.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Faker got the push on him, and when the minions actually create a nice line for the Yasuo, you have more chase down. You have a longer lane to actually make the Yasuo run down. So being underneath your turret in a mirror match like this isn't necessarily the worst thing, because they have to keep running from you. You get an E on them.
Mata did it really well. He walked alongside his creeps for his own, but even then, the waves are still going to meet in the middle. So in essence, it wouldn't matter. It was just the decision making I think Mata had his Q up sooner, which allowed him to take down that creep much
I
faster.
want to see it again. I want to see it in almost like long form.
Because this is the end. And we obviously know how we got here. It actually takes quite some stones to go in here as well, taking a turn shot voluntarily, but then
Knew the
dancing
limit.
out.
Even didn't have the ignite as well. The focus there, the half joy. You could see he landed. That's where it's like he landed the knockup.
Because like I always hated 1v1s anyways.
Oh. Team Ice though, coming up big today so far.
You saw.
That's true.
You've seen Lucian's there as well in that matchup. It's just all about staying away.
Lucian has a little bit more shove than Ezreal does, so he has the option of actually keeping the Darius underneath the turret a little bit easier.
Yeah, the beauty about Lucian is that you can harass with Q through waves, and again, spells do not draw aggro. We have to keep reiterating that, which means that Lucian Qs, you can fire them from pretty close by, but you'll never get the minion aggro that way.
This is the matchup that we were waiting for, the final one of the day. There's a little bit of trash talk behind it. Prey said that he was going to give Jankos a taste of his own medicine. Get first blood on him.
I think Jankos has the wrong runes.
Does he have?
Are you in game? No, right?
Nope.
Okay. Jankos has...
Not touching these 1v1s.
on the rune page he has selected right now on the tournament realm, he has 26 ability power.
Yeah.
He might be playing AP Darius.
Gonna reload it.
Okay, he changed. Okay. We're good. He's running armor AD, flat cooldown reduction, and attack speed. He's basically running the Darius 1v1 page that we've seen. And Prey, pretty standard page as well. Just taunting. Good harass here by Prey.
Got it.
Gets the first creep, which gives you control of the wave, and then you can decide if you want to go start trading on the enemy champion or not. And obviously he does that by queuing through a creep on Jankos.
Yep, got the double damage too. Got it onto Jankos and the minion. Is it exactly what you want? Q through this.
AoE on the range creeps, which is good. Sidesteps the Jankos harass previous to that as well. So Prey playing really controlled so far.
Yeah, I actually like this pick a lot more into the Darius than the Ezreal. Mobile, low cooldown on the mobility, so even if he does EU in and it messes up your dash, you may have the possibility of getting it back up.
The problem is you're
It's
quite
hard.
short range compared to the Ezreal. You can't really Q harass. I mean, you can Q harass, but if you want to follow up on it, you're pretty bound to get minion aggro. That's why Prey goes in a bit too far.
Speaking of short range,
if he gets dragged right there at the edge, like he takes 2 turret shots.
yeah, we already saw what happens when you get E'd underneath, but Jankos doesn't have that just yet.
All right, has Jankos played enough matches that he can see us? Nope.
Nope.
Oh, this hurts.
Nope.
Nope. Poor Jankos. This is where you need to keep an eye on the player camps as
Us
well.
junglers.
Look at the tilt. It's coming. Nice sidestep from Prey.
Nope.
Answers with a double shot Q.
Jankos has missed so much, and Prey's trying to get...
At this point, it's an experience game for Jankos. He needs to get to 6. Get a good
Ghost already.
Ghost, that's Prey being hooked. Cannon creep and 2 range creeps.
Yeah, he's going to try to beat him to the Relic, but nope. Try to use the extra combat stats. Might get the Q up again, and an auto. Oh!
Did he? I'm not sure if he actually canceled an auto attack right there, or if he could have played that any better.